Hi, Barbara Liss here, Montana Bliss Artworks. On the studio tour, I told visitors how I created my hands that I incorporate into my sculptures, such as this piece that is holding a lock in his hand. So first I decide what the sculpture is going to be doing or holding, and then I have it hold that like this, and then remove the item, and then I would put my hand in the alginate. And after, now I'm 60 days, I'm keeping it in the alginate, because I found that when I took them out, concrete should harden in 28 days, but when it's kept in a constant moist environment, that doesn't happen. And so when I was taking them out after 30 days, I'd lose some of the fingers because it wasn't hardened enough. So now they're in the alginate at least 60 days and maybe even longer. So today we're going to take one of those hands out of the alginate. So here it goes. And this is still very, very moist. But you can see the way this comes off. Had that not cured enough, because you have to peel this away, how I lost fingers in the past. It's soft, but still the fingers can be fragile when not fully cured. And when I have the biggest off, I will wash it. Really does want to cling to it. So, and sometimes there's a little burrs that this is a good time to take care of that, because it's still workable because of that constant moisture it was in. But it wouldn't take long being out of the moisture for it to finish curing. So you really do need to work it right away. So a little bit joining the fingers that I really don't want to have there. And again, it's still thin enough and a high enough moisture content, I can work away at that to get a full separation of those fingers. Which I wouldn't have to do, but on this one, I think it looks better. I leave some overflow on the hands at the bottom. So when I put it in the alginate, I allow it to do that so I have something to grip into the concrete when I'm adding it into my sculpture. If it was just flat off at the wrist, then your sleeve of your piece has to be longer and partially covering the hand so that it has something to join to. So even though it looks a little strange, that really is perfect for having something to join it to. So I'm going to let that sit in water a little longer until I show you some of the other hands that I unmolded. And here are 3 right hands and only 1 left hand. So why is that? Because most of my pieces I only use one hand to incorporate into it. It's a nice balance. It's a little more centrally placed on the piece, and you use your right hand, or at least I do, more dominantly, so that's the hand that's holding the item. So sometimes on bigger pieces, if it's holding something bigger, then it will have two hands. And these two hands are the set. And you see they do look completely different in the finger structure, because I have it going to be holding a basket on the top of the head. And so the fingers are indeed different. But they are always different in every one, because it's a one-time mold. And again, I put my hand in it based on what that hand is going to be doing. So that's determined first. And you see the colors are different because they're going to, I do a different color mix on lots of them because I don't want them to all look alike. But when I go to use them, I need to make sure that I use the same color mix for the sculpture as I did the hand. The concrete mix that I use for my hands is the same mix I use for my sculptures. So the concrete sand proportions is the same. I just add more liquid when I'm pouring the hands. And there's a lot of formulas that will work for your sand to concrete mix. So it's whatever you like to work with, whatever gives you the consistency that you like. It's just, I did learn that I needed to not use so much admix when I was mixing the formula for the hands, because since it's a more liquidy mix, it changed the color formula. So I only add as much as I would for a sculpture, and then the rest is water, so that the color mix will be the same when I go to sculpt. Barbara Liss, Montana Bliss Artworks. Thank you.